It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. We got some Pearl Jam today. I don't know if this is a new song or if this is just like a video for an older song because I've only checked out a few things from them. So I'm not super familiar with Pearl Jam, but it's called Dark Matter. It was up there when I was browsing through YouTube looking for some stuff to get uploaded. And I thought, you know what, let's dive in because the few things I have checked out, I thought were pretty amazing. So let's just get into this and let's see what this one's all about. Okay.
Feel the light from my eyes, feel the blood from my heart. When all this dark matter, take the breath from my chest, with the thoughts in my mind. Well, losing time, dark matter. Denounce the devil gods, King Diamond to destroy. Lord, the dialogue, your word against the law. These days when everybody else pays, but someone else's mistake. Blame, cliche, still everybody else pays, but someone else's
Music is just like the guitar work, the drums, everything like that, and this is fire. I think we've only checked out 3 things from Pearl Jam, and they've never let me down in any of those areas. Like it's just a great sound every single time so far.
rolling away, go pulling apart, and all this dark matter. I want you to stand and stick in my head. Arrested the press, no one knows what happened next. And then, renounce the devil gods, King Diamond to destroy.
Like this part right here is fire.
No tolerance for intolerance, so no patience left for impatience no more.
Okay, I like what I'm hearing so far. Let me go back a little bit. I like this. Like everybody pays for everybody else's mistakes. I think he said something like that. Let me pull up the lyrics because I can't hear it completely clearly, but I feel like I like what he's saying. I want to make sure that I know exactly what he's saying. It's strange these days when everybody else pays for someone else's mistakes. The blame takes shape, still everybody else pays for someone else's mistake. That is a fact. It's like, oh boy, okay. I feel like I can go on for a long time talking about that, paying for other people's mistakes. I feel like I'm gonna choke over here. My throat suddenly has a whole bunch of shit in it. Pause. Yo, this is dope though. I like that. And I also like the whole where is it? What did he just say? He just said something else. No tolerance for intolerance, intolerance for no patience left for impatience no more. No love lost for love, lost loves, no sorrow for the unaccountable. There is no tolerance for intolerance. Yeah. Okay. So I like this. Just lyrically, this is well put together, but it sounds good. Like it's just audibly pleasing in general. Forget the lyrics, but the lyrics are actually really, really dope to this. And I thought that that's what I was hearing as far as the everybody else pays for other people's mistakes. And it's something that happens way too often, if I'm being honest. And I feel like me personally, I like to just observe shit. Like I'm an observer. I'm a people watcher, I guess is probably the best way that I could put it. Sounds a little bit creepy, but I like to watch other people and the mistakes that they make and stuff so I can alter the decisions that I make and try to avoid some of the similar mistakes other people made. But there are times where people pay for certain people's mistakes. And a lot of times what it comes down to is the kids. The kids pay mostly for the parents' mistakes more so than any other situation or relationship or anything like that. Although it does happen in other aspects of life, it happens a lot of times when it comes to the family, the kids, and stuff like that. So you've got to be careful about the shit that you're doing. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. There's nothing wrong with learning from failures, from things like that. But you've got to be very careful about what it is that you're actually making mistakes in, because the mistakes can be very detrimental to those around you in ways that you are maybe not familiar with, or you're not paying attention to because maybe you're a little bit selfish. So just different shit like that is something that you actually got to keep in mind. I feel like it took me a long time to get to that thought process for some reason. I was trying to think of how I wanted to explain my thought process behind people paying for other people's mistakes, but I couldn't like grasp the words in the moment.
Tolerance for intolerance, so no patience left for impatience no more. No love lost for lost love.
And I like that part right there, because the whole no tolerance for intolerance. By the way, I'm looking at my monitor up here to read through the lyrics and stuff like that. So that's why if you see me looking up, that's what I'm looking at. But it's like there's no tolerance for intolerance. So in a sense, there's intolerance for intolerance. Like, I just like the play on that. No patience left for impatience no more, right? Like, there's a lot of people out there that are very impatient, especially nowadays, because I feel like attention spans are so short, which is why you see things like TikTok and Reels on Instagram and stuff like that just going crazy. YouTube Shorts getting crazy amounts of views because people just want to swipe. Like, just that low patience for content, for, you know what I'm saying? But it crosses over to other parts of life. The impatience for just everything, the impatience for the light to change, the impatience for the person in front of you in line to ring out their groceries. Like, the impatience across the board has just become, it's become a bigger thing. And I just like, again, the play on it. No patience left for impatience, right? I'm impatient with people that are impatient. Like, I just like how they play on that.
No sorrow for the unaccountable.
The guitar work throughout this is amazing as well. Woo! I spoke too soon. It got better. That was extremely dope. The way the guitar picked up towards the end, stop playing with Pearl Jam. I don't know if this is an old song, a new song. I'm not really familiar, so I wouldn't know. But if you guys could fill me in the comments, I appreciate you. And just to go a little bit deeper on the paying for everybody else's mistakes, I feel like I said, it happens a lot of times when it comes to family, right? Like parents and kids and stuff like that, or parents paying for kids' mistakes at times, like depending on what those mistakes are. But it does happen on a grand scale as well, as far as people just making certain mistakes that the next generation may have to deal with. Like, that's another thing that happens just on a much bigger scale. So there's a lot of stuff like that where we may not like always be aware of our actions. And again, there's nothing wrong with making mistakes or failures and learning from them. But there's times where some of those mistakes are very detrimental, whether it's to the next generation, whether it's to the kids, whether it's the kids to the parents, whether it's detrimental to our friends. Like, there's a lot of things like that you got to just be aware of, who else it may impact, and try to move in the best way forward as you possibly can. But this was extremely dope. I like this. Just again, from the audible side of it, it just was pleasing to the ears. So comment down below. Hopefully this reaction was all right. I don't like to edit stuff up at all. I mean, I don't do it much anyway, but there's times where like I just won't let myself be raw and organic, and I'm like, I want to look up some lyrics, and I'm like, oh, I got to cut this out, and I just don't feel like doing it. I feel like I'm going to give you guys exactly what I thought, what happened, the stumbles that I have in my words, all of that stuff is just going to happen. It is what it is, right? So I appreciate you guys. And I'll catch you in the next one, homies.